Darius, the king of Persia, also known as Darius the Great, was a very rancorous man who, after he figured out that the Greeks had supported the Ionian cousins who had revolted against the Persians, he began the most prominent battle of all, the Battle of Marathon. In September of 490 BC, Darius sent his son 600 ships and more than 20,000 soldiers to attack Marathon. This expedition failed due to a storm who killed most of the army, leaving Darius' son wounded. During the night, while they were still recovering, a Thracian tribe, the Britons, attacked the army, making them return to Persia. Darius began to prepare a larger army and sent messages to all the Greek cities asking them for land and water, which was a symbol of submission. Some cities gave Darius what he wanted, except for Athens and Sparta, who threw the messengers into a pit as a demand of respect. Darius was truly offended by this act of atrocity and began to send ships and allies with the two commanders, Darius and Artefenders, which had the order to attack the cities that had refused them to give them land and water. After a few days, Darius ended up in Marathon. The Athenians wanted help, so they sent a messenger to Sparta. He made the journey of 150 miles. The Spartans promised to send help, but they'll have to wait, so they decided to fight the Persians. Athenians started to watch closely the movements of the Persians. When they received the news that the Athenian generals were divided and there to help them, Miltiades, one of the Athenian generals, decided to attack the Persians, which they did. Persians discovered that the 5 Athenian leaders were in Marathon, so they started embarking the ships and sailing to the defenseless city of Athens. The 5 Athenian generals anticipated their move, and all their armies started running a 42-kilometer race to Athens to get ready to fight them in the morning. Miltiades ordered their armies in a very strategic and defensively way so that they could defeat the Persians, and they succeeded. During the battle, Persians lost 192 men and 7 ships to the Athenian side. To remember this war, Spartans buried the 192 soldiers inside a tomb with their names. 3 years after the Marathon War, Darius wanted to conquer Greece, but before his attempt, he died, leaving his son Xerxes on the throne. As his father, he turned his attention to Greece. He spent more than 4 years preparing an army to conquer it. Before Xerxes' departure, a bad omen in form of an eclipse appeared in the sky. He said it meant nothing. The troop insisted him to stay and do not go to the battle, but Xerxes did not agree. The army consisted of 2 million men and 4,000 ships. Xerxes put his thought of brevity of life from his mind and ordered the invasion of Greece. The Greeks started moving their forces to the direction of the Athens and sent forces to fight the Persian expedition. Xerxes started marching towards Athens as soon as he was able to burn the city down, who he later regretted. Back home, Xerxes began concentrating more on making larger monuments and more building projects than his father, instead of conquering lands. He built something now known by archaeologists as the Harem, and it's called this way because of the duplication of rooms in a row. In 465 BC, Xerxes was murdered by Artabanus, a commander of the bodyguard and the most powerful official of the Persian Empire. And that concluded the end of the First Persian Empire and the Persian Wars.